Well, I got contacted just after the weekend. I was out in Qatar actually doing some TV, and was there interest? And I said yes very quickly, and that was how it sort of started. From there, a couple of quick meetings, and find myself here just at the start of the week.
We spoke to David Gold yesterday. He said it's good for you and good for them. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, I think it's good for us both. Well, it's good for me because I'm back in. It's what I love doing. It's what I do, and you know, I want to get back. And I want to do well, and I want the team to do well. I also think it's good for West Ham as well. I think they've got a good manager.
The short-term deal, how does that work? Is there a promise of...
I'm more than comfortable, but so are they. I'll tell you a lot of things about it because I think managers now aren't having long-term contracts, and I think it will be something which we come to see more in the future. You can see the turnover of managers where it's going at the moment. I think in the future it'll be more so that managers are only signing one-year contracts, for example. So if I had taken over West Ham at the start of the season, I'd have been saying to West Ham, let's do a year at a time. So as it is, I'm taking over a couple of months into the season, and I'm happy to go to the end of the season. Gives me a chance to look at the East End of London, work at the club here, and it also gives the supporters and the board here a chance to see David Moyes working.
What sort of club do you think you're taking over? What sort of squad do you think you're taking over?
I'm taking over a great football club. It used to be one of the most fearsome places to come and play your football. You ask any manager in the Premier League, or probably other leagues as well, you know, coming to Upton Park in the days was really, really tough place to go. I don't see why it should be any different now. None at all. And for me, that has to be the purpose and how we start.
I spoke to a West Ham fan yesterday who said, ask him if he's going to play Carroll and Fernandez up front together. Have you had a chance to look at the squad?
I have, and I think that it probably is a squad which has got a lot of players in some positions, maybe some in others, and it's made it look not so easy to identify some of the players and some of the team. But I think there's a really strong squad of players here. I think there's a group of players here which certainly for me shouldn't be in the position they're in, that's for sure. And I have to say, while I'm here, as I'm saying, is Slavin's a good friend of mine as well, and I think the work Slavin's done was very good. And I've got to say I'm sad that he lost his job, but obviously it's good fortune for myself.
Do you think the way Slavin was here, do you think that's why there's been a bit of a mixed reaction to your appointment with the fans?
Well, I always like to hear that the managers were liked by the supporters and the people there. But ultimately, I should know more than them, do you? It's results which count, you know, and getting results in the league. There's so much at stake now in the Premier League. It's not just the games, there's so much more behind it. So I've got to say, you know, I thought Slavin done a really good job over his time, and he's someone who I've got big respect for and like, and I thank him for his efforts before I came in.
You've got a bit to go before your first game, and then of course even more to go before your first game here.
Yeah.
Is that time good for you? Obviously you haven't got all your players at the moment.
No, it's been good because it's given me a chance to get to the training ground, work with the players. We've done so. We've trained morning and afternoon today. We trained yesterday. So what it's given me a chance is to see there's about 8 or 10 first team players, but I've got to say the under 23s I've trained with the last 2 days. So they get a chance to see the new manager, and I get a chance to see some of the young players as well. But I've got to say the players have been good. Their attitude's been excellent. They've worked hard the last couple of days, and we'll keep them working hard and hopefully get them ready. But ultimately, I'm waiting on another 8 or 10 players coming back from international duty at the end of next week.
Where are you yourself as far as coming back into football management after Sunderland? Was Sunderland a mistake, do you think, looking back on it?
I've said that. For me, I didn't do enough due diligence. And you know, when I look back, I would have to say I started at Preston, which was very good. I was fortunate enough to get a job at Everton. Everybody knows about the 10 years there. From that, I got a great opportunity to manage Manchester United. It's been well documented. After that, then I wanted to try something different, and I went to Spain and had a great year in Spain. Really enjoyed my time, different culture, different players. I came back and I made a poor choice in the club I chose. So I want to get back, I want to win, I want to get back to showing exactly what I'm about. And West Ham, I think, is as good a club as any to do that.
Well.
David, firstly, was it an easy decision to make?
This was a really easy decision to make. West Ham's a top club, and actually it's got a brilliant stadium, and we will grow into it, and we will become much better. And I think when you have a facility like this, I think they were telling me they've got over 50,000 season ticket holders. I hope that the future's great for West Ham, and I think having a facility like this gives them a chance to do so.
What's your ambition for the club?
My ambition is only short term at the moment, because I have to win the games. So if you said to me, what am I going to do in 2 years' time at West Ham? I'm not going to give you an answer just now. I hope I'll be able to give you an answer maybe in 12 months' time if we go on longer. But at the moment, I want to win the games. I want to get us away from the wrong end of the table. The squad's good enough to get away, and that's the first plans.
Talking about the short-term contract, do you feel like you've a point to prove? You seem very motivated for this job.
Do you know something? I do have a point to prove, yeah. I do. I think maybe I have to do that and show it. And sometimes you have to repair things, and maybe I've got a little bit to repair.
Looking at the team itself, the defence, a league high of 23 goals conceded. Is that the starting point?
Well, I have to tell you, I've been a football supporter all my days, and I love to watch football. I love to see attacking play. I want to see goals. I like it from crosses. I want it to be entertaining. But there's no good if you're shipping in goals every week, because you can't win the games. So you have to start defensively. All the best teams have the best defences. So we have to start from there. We have to try and get a few clean sheets. We have to find what's best for us, whether it's 4 at the back, 3 at the back, with the players we have available to us. And I think get ourselves bedded down, because I think we've got enough good attacking players to cause teams problems, score goals. So let's see if we can find a way to stop conceding goals.
There's been a somewhat mixed reaction from the fans, some positive, some negative. What would be your message to the ones who maybe doubt your club?
Well, I'm a supporter as well, and I have an opinion. So I watch football all the time, and I have an opinion about people who go there or whatever. People are entitled to their opinions. There's no problem with that. It's such a game now. So many people are involved in the sport. So many people in the media. So many people behind the scenes. So everybody has an opinion, and as you well know in media as well, you won't please everybody all the time.
But do you think you could bring the sort of football the fans crave here?
I hope that's winning football. I think when you get winning football, yeah, then we can talk about what style it is, what we do. But first of all, let's get winning.
When you read the comments from some section of fans that were politicians, how do you feel when you read that?
I've got to tell you, I don't read it, but you're telling me. So I would say to them, I'll do everything I possibly can to get West Ham as far up the table as we can, to try and give them the best team possible. And, we need the players to take responsibility as well. I've said a few times, it can't always be the managers who are bad. The players have got to show that they're good enough to play for the club. They've got to show that they're big enough to play in this stadium in front of a really passionate support. So show that.
When you look at where it's been going wrong, the fact that you are in relegation, where do you see the biggest challenge?
Well, my biggest challenge right away is that I know that I've got a game coming up in 10 days or so now, and I have to get my team ready to play in that. Obviously, the players are away. And the games come thick and fast, and I'm well aware that we've got a tough period coming up as well. So I want to try and get ourselves ready to put on a good show in those games.
Just finally for me, I don't want to drag up the time too much, but one of the people who's critical of you, the comments, especially the receiver last year, sorry, earlier this year, was Karen Roby. She said that we need to think football with speed. Have you spoken to her about that?
Yeah, it's Karen who I've spoke to on the phone, and it's Karen who I've had the meeting with. And I think if you read Karen's piece as well, which I have done, I don't think it's just quite as clear as that. But I've said many times, I made a mistake. I apologise for the mistake right away. And as you can see, we talk with journalists like this all the time. And sometimes, it can go the wrong way. But I apologise for that at the time.
That's it.
No, she didn't discuss it at all, because as you said, it was written 6 months ago. So I don't think there's any need to do it. And I've had 2 or 3 conversations with Karen. I've been very good. I've actually quite enjoyed listening to her. So hopefully we can have a good relationship.
She's never mentioned it once.
Not a word.
Ian?
How are you?
How you doing?
All right, how are you?
Yeah, good.
I think only a few managers ever go into a club and straight away the supporters are right behind them. As you said earlier, you know, there's a section of fans at the moment who are waiting for you to win them over. But you clearly know that because you said it from the minute you joined.
Yeah, I said when you come places now, I think because there is so many avenues to voice your opinion, you know, I don't think you're going to get everybody on your side, that's for sure. So the best thing to do is win the games, make the supporters get behind the team by the results, and if we can do that, and we need, as I said earlier, we need the players to perform. You know, they need to stand up as well.
Only a month or so away from the January transfer window. Are you going to get money to spend if you ask for money to spend, or will you do what this club has done throughout its history, promote youngsters from the because there's a good crop of young players coming through?
Well, I'm just back from India. I watched the under-17s, England under-17s in India, and I thought they were terrific in England. And I think there has to be a way forward for young players to get in the teams nowadays. I really do. And possibly the squads in the Premier League, I think, are a bit over-cluttered. And maybe ours could be as well. So maybe we have to find ways and room to get young players in. But I've been told if we think we need something in January, but I'm not the one to judge that at the moment. I might be in a month or so's time, but I'm not in a position to judge that just now.
You sat there with Mark Noble the other day, had a chat with him. I mean, he's about as the West Ham as you get.
Not half.
Yeah. Tell you about that.
Yeah. He told me things which he likes. He's very open. I've actually had a conversation with 3 or 4 of the senior players already. And as I said, a lot of them are away just now, so I can't. But Mark's got an incredible passion for the club. I think he's got an incredible passion for the sport as well, which you have to admire.
And last one from me, with vacancies at your old club Everton and Scotland, you've chosen West Ham over those 2. So I guess that means you're very confident you're going to succeed here. Well,
I wanted a big challenge, and I've been fortunate enough to manage it at top clubs. West Ham's a top club, and I want to be a success, and I want everybody to enjoy that period.
David, you're known for your high-intensity training sessions. You've already got a double training session. One stat that came up this week, that West Ham had the fewest sprints, second fewest miles covered in the Premier League. How relevant is that, and how quickly, realistically, can you change that?
Well, I think that if you were asking me where I would put my best attribute, I'd hope it would be on the grass, training the players, working with the players, and I hope that we can see something. But we need the players to show it. The players have to be the ones, once they know that they're running the least and sprinting the least, then I think they have to take a bit of responsibility and stand up. We'll give them the opportunity, we'll give them the sessions, we'll hopefully, it'll be tough for them, but also I want them to enjoy it as well. But we've got a lot of organisation to do as well. You know, we need to try and make sure that we're not caught, and so we just know that we're working them hard and trying to get the best out of them we can, and hopefully it'll show.
Did you see a willingness to step up to that?
100%. If anything, I saw a little bit franticness because I think they're anxious to show, and they're keen to show that the new manager what they can do. But you know, there'll be no favours, there'll be nothing. They either do the work, they get on with it. They don't do the running, they'll not play. And if they don't, you know, if we can see it, because I'm in a hurry, and they'll need to be as well.
How did break from the game? Did it give you a new perspective, some time out, and what did you learn from it?
It did, thank you, and I've got to say, like, I never stopped getting out the game because I took my time out. As I say, I went to India and watched under-17s. I've done quite a bit for TV. I watch a lot of games. I do quite a lot with the coaches on coach education, whether it be in Poland or Scotland. So I've kept myself pretty busy. But ultimately, this is what I do, and I want to be good at it. And I have to win, and the only way I can do that is by having good players. I think I've got good players, and I think they just need a bit of confidence, a bit of self-belief, 1 or 2 tweaks in organisation, and hopefully I can get a positive-looking team.
David Sullivan on the back page is talking about your appointment today. This is a club that engages in conversation with both the media and the fans. Are you prepared for that?
Well, it's maybe different from what I'm used to, but I think with the the type of owners which are now come into the Premier League and into football, I think there is much more conversation coming from the owners. I actually think there's much more player-owner as well engagement. So I do think that there's a big change in football generally, and the owners are very much part of it. And hey, it's their money, so they have an opinion as well.
You always hear the West Ham fans talk about the West Ham way, as much as you want to get them on side. So I hate to throw this question at you, but has there got to be a dose of realism of that in there?
Well, I remember, I think Sam said what was the West Ham way at one point, and I do think that the first thing to do is let's get a winning formula. Let's try and find a way which is best to win. As I said to you earlier in the conversation, if I can win attacking, being entertaining, that's the way I really want my football to be played. But ultimately we have to find a way of doing it first of all. So I look forward to reaching the standards which they expect here, and I'm sure we can.
Emma, have you got any questions?
Yeah, you talked already about hard work you're expecting players to do. And apparently Stanley Village Board was quite lenient with players, and including kind of not fining them when they were late for training, things like that. I just wondered if you would be happy with it.
Well, do you know what I'd never do? I'd never criticise any other manager. It's not my style, and I wouldn't do it, and it's wrong. I can only tell you that I'm here and I'm on a job and I'm on a mission in my own head as well. So if they step out of line, they'll not play. Step out of line, you won't play. You don't run, you won't play. You know, if you don't do the training and you're not fit enough, you don't play. So the players will be, I've been told, I can only tell 8 of them just now. I'll tell the other 8 or 10 when they get back.
Alan, do you want to wrap this up?
Finally, when you walked into everything all those years ago, you called it the People's Club. How do you assess West Ham within the London area? Does it have that same sort of people, the honest people, these things?
100%. I've just not been able to think of a line which would come up with it, but it's the same type, same people, passionate supporters. They know what they want. You know, they don't take any, you know what. So I think that's the same. I found the same very much in Liverpool, and I think in this part of the country as well. I think the supporters expect the same.
Okay, thanks.
Can you confirm the backroom team, by the way?
Yeah, I've not confirmed all the backroom team yet. I'm in talks with a couple of people, Stuart being one of them, in talks with a couple of people, but hopefully, maybe by the end of the week or the start of next week, I'll know a little bit more.